All right, they're Latin too, so let's take a look now at page 225. More glossary for chapter 48. The first word we see there is tot. Tot means so many, as in I ate so many tater tots. Deliciae, deliciarum. This is always going to exist in the plural, and it means the delight. It's kind of like the pleasing things about a person. That's where we get delicious from. Admiratio, admirationis. This means amazement. This is the noun form of admiror. And very often when you get words like this, they're concept words or abstract words of the third, and they do the io, ionis ending, and those are almost always feminine. Contra, just in case we haven't had that enough times. Let's see. Ostendo, ostendra, ostendi, ostentum. This is to hold out for people to see, right? To show, to point out. That's where we got ostentatious from. But this is really just teneo, tenere, but with ob in front of it. It gets ended up, getting kind of changed around. Conicio, conicura, conieci, coniactum. We've seen this before, actually. We had it, I don't quite remember when, but somebody else was figuring out something. They were figuring out a number of things. This is where we get the word conjecture from. Converto, convertura, converti, conversum. This is verto, vertura with a cum. And so it turns to converto, which is to turn around, to thoroughly turn around. This is where you get converse, conversion, convert. Tolo, tolera, sustuli, sublatum. This is an interesting one. It means to lift up, to raise, but it can also mean to pluck out. It can mean to kill. It can mean to edit. It can mean to erase. There's a whole lot of things that it can mean. So it's one of those verbs that means a lot of different stuff. Consisto, consistere, constiti. This is to halt. This is sto stare, but with con, and it reduplicates. So this is where we get, it's constituo is to decide. Constito is to stop or to stand your ground. Next page, furor, furoris. This means frenzy, obviously fury, furor. Acriter literally means sharply, but it can mean fiercely, like the battle went on sharply or fiercely. Pugna batur is a passive being used as an impersonal, and that happens, and there's a whole lesson on it in level 3. So sometimes you'll see it happening, like dicitur, it is said, right? But here the fighting went on. Nobis redeundum est, this is another gerundive of obligation. I would have taught you this in person, but you're going to have to wait till next year. Alias, now, this one threw me for a loop for quite some time. Alias can mean in other places or at another time. I was always looking at it as a substantive, like it's an accusative feminine plural, and it made no sense to me as a substantive. And then I realized, oh yes, that means at another time. And then arena, arenae, this means sand, and it literally means the arena. So think about like all the places where people play hockey and they talk about you go to the rink. So it's like named for the thing at the bottom of itself, okay? Turn the page, you get to 48D. There's a few more words there. Milia, milium. Okay, this is thousands. This is a plural of mille. Credidissem, just translated as it is right there. Clamatum est, there was shouting. Again, passive being used impersonally. Pugna pugnae, this is a fight. This is a battle. This is a proelium is a battle between armies. A pugna is a fight between people. Pugnam comitera, they joined the battle, or to join the battle, to start fighting, to send oneself into battle. Ob stupefactus aum, obviously it's stupeo, stupere, right? But stupefactus, factus, having been made, stupe, having been made stupefied. Ob stupefactus means to be astounded. You're just sitting there going, wow. Incedo, incedera, incesi. This is to march in, because your feet are falling inward, so you are marching in. So that takes care of the vocab for this part. There's going to be one more glossary because there's still more to do. In the meantime, go back and read again pages 223, 232 to 235. All right? Okay, I'm going to hit the button.